Meron din akong baterya sa kilid, Jumros.
Whoa! Whoa! Asshole! You're a fucking idiot.
Mami akong baterya diya.
Coming up there and I'm right beside you. Just because your car goes brrrr, I don't give a fuck what your car does.
These are conversations we've had in the past about the drop pass on a break case there, and I'm curious what you think of that, Strutty. Is that an area where Ruby would say freedom, like create, go ahead, be creative, do what makes you one of the 20 best players in the world, have the ability to make a play there as opposed to making a play in the neutral zone. But that is another example, not to harp on it because it was a brilliant play, a brilliant goal, and they won last night. But if that's Matthew Tkachuk, he probably shoots and then tries to bury a rebound. Right. If that's about, you know what I mean? Like, just pierce the goal through the crease. Well, first off, so there's a difference between those two plays. So the one we're talking about with Nealon, what some examples we gave, those were high-risk plays coming into the blue line above the top of the circle. So this was a play well below that. So if he doesn't score, there's no turnover going the other way. It's not a 3-on-1 or a 2-on-1 the other way. But what you can't miss is an opportunity to score a goal. So let's say that Mitch passes it, and that's a fumbled pass or it's not picked up by Knight, and they don't get a shot on goal, and you're in a tied game in Game 7 against whoever.
Getting our weather is, guys, is so dark. It's about to rain, I think, because look at the clouds. It's very, very dark. Our clouds is very, very dark. So it's just below. It looks like near to the ground. Hopefully that is not snow, just only ordinary rain. Because if it is snow and then wow, November the 1st in snow. Sometimes just October 31 we have already snow, but now it's already the 1st. At least we don't have snow. That's really fine. But the weather is about to, wow,
And now you see what they
it's
do
too
this weekend
dark.
because they're in St. Louis tomorrow, in Minnesota on Sunday. Not back-to-back. St. Louis has struggled a little bit, but they beat you recently, and you really didn't play well. But Minnesota's off to a good start. He's playing pretty well. I'm curious what they're going to do with the goaltending this weekend, because Wall is a St. Louis guy. You already gave him the start against the Blues. He didn't play great. The team didn't play great. But now this is in his hometown. I would lean towards Wall tomorrow, Stolarz on Sunday, especially considering Stolarz has been playing so well. And I think the Minnesota game is going to be the tougher test because it's a back-to-back and Minnesota's been playing better.
Although, do you put the guy who's been playing better in the tougher spot, or do you reward the guy who's been playing better?
Stolarz, right.
An easier game, right? Not on the back-to-back, even though it's the other guy's hometown. It's not an easy calculation.
No, it's not. And like we saw the second day of the year, when Stolarz went down to Jersey, where he was from, it's like, you're home, but you're not playing, right? Like this year, their hometown. And for Joseph Wall, if this is the beginning of hopefully a long career for him, you're going to get ample opportunities to play in St. Louis. But
This correlator, it looks like they are the owner of the
They're
room.
going to figure that out. You know, Joseph Wall playing that well last night and being back into the fold is another example of how long the season is and how many twists and turns they take. And this dark cloud of the team opens. Then he blows past the 7-day IR term. You're like, when is this guy going to play? But then he plays, and you realize why they're committed to him and why they like him. Because he's a big body that's pretty calm in the net. He plays well. He's got talent. And he may be an example of a guy. He's going to have to prove it for the full year that he can stay healthy. Especially
Someone is going out and he's OC. This is hard to see because of the big truck.
And within the organization. But it's a long year of ups and downs. And 2 weeks from now, Joseph Wall goes on a run. He could be where Stolarz was a week ago as the man in net here in Toronto.
Yeah, so every year, my buddy's always like, who's in the starting lineup for this opening night roster for any team, right? Pick a team. And I'm always like, guys, it doesn't matter. Gaming one is the least important game of the whole season. You know, as you go on, every game gets harder, every game gets more important, assuming you're a playoff team. So the lineup's going to change, evolve. Guys are going to go up and down as far as the way they play. There'll be injuries, call-ups, trades. So the lineup evolves and changes. I mean, there are some things that stay the same, but for most people, it evolves and changes over the course of the year.
Don't stay.
Start. You want to have a good start. So I hated starting injured, and I never did, luckily. But starting injured had been just, I think, a really hard thing because you don't start when the train leaves the station. But then you play catch up, and then just right with the next game. Just try to keep improving it. And for him, well, I think you got to build a resume. Not
It's
just
so
for the
windy
coaches,
outside. Look,
but for your
look, the
teammates.
rubbish.
These
Hey, the
teammates,
dry
they
leaves
work
over the
together. You
road.
can
Did you
do
see
it
the dry
when
leaves,
it matters
guys,
over
over
the
the
course of a whole
road?
long year.
It's
Get trust
flying
and build
anywhere
that trust. Just like
because
the game,
outside
right? You
is
gotta
so
see that you can
windy
be dependent
and
on
all
them.
the
If you're
colors
bored
of the
moments,
leaf
that's a
changing
hard
and then
time.
fall.
You know,
We
you
are
play
already
two
fall
games
now
up here and
here
there, some
in.
injuries. So
We
I
are
think for him,
already
it's
now
gotta build
fall
as much with the
here
team, or sorry, with the coaches,
in
and more
Canada.
importantly, I think with the team.
Absolutely. We got a big one today. Brujo will join us this hour. Get Bruce's take on the Leaf game.
The
last
road
night.
now started
The Habs
started
losing
getting
and kind of blown out
messy
last night. And there's some
because
I
of
guess
the
panic
wind
in
and
Montreal as
all
to what
the
anyone was
leaves
expecting. They're one of the only
start to
teams
fall
they're not doing anything
and
here.
scattered
But
all
it's early.
over
It's
the
a little
the
bit
road.
carried away. Boston got pumped last night. Does Bruce think that the Bruins are in serious trouble because they're playing like they sure are?
Monty's in trouble.
Monty looks like he could be kind of swimming upstream right now, trying to figure things out. Because that's embarrassing. He was 8-2. That game was night. They got crushed.
It
Crushed.
That was a rough night. And
Yeah.
you're just cringing. Every time you're like,
Look, why would you do that? Wait that long?
Alice?
Right. Once it got blown away.
How stupid how long did he sit there and wait?
Just turn the lights
It's so
on, let's go.
dangerous.
So more on that with Bruce. Mike Johnson will join us on the Leaf game last night. The Leaf weekend coming up. It's semi-final Saturday tomorrow in the Football League. The Argos at home against the Red Blacks. And Ryan Dinwiddie will join us, the head coach of the Argos, over an hour to set the scene of the game tomorrow afternoon down at Beamer. So we got that and more still to come. Struddy's in here. Dave Festrick's in here. I'm Brian Hayes. Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 2.
Time now for TSN 1050 Time Saver Traffic.
the vehicle park cleanup is still blocked.
401 stolen at southbound Mississauga Ranch to the eastbound 401. This vehicle just chilling in the right lane, not going anywhere. As we continue to build up volume-wise, rest of the major routes, and heads up on Queen. It's now blocked both ways just west of University Avenue. It's now a police investigation. One more time for Holiday Magic this season. Check shopping off your list today at Best Buy's Early Bird Gift Sale in-store and online at best.ca. From the News Talk 1010 Traffic Center, I'm Dane Dealey.
Leafs Guy on TSN 1050 with Jim Teddy. Everything about the Leafs and all the big stories in hockey. Weekdays from noon to 1. TSN 1050.
Mail It In Fridays is brought to you by Bon Pizza, Canada's favorite sports bar. From tip-offs to tie bites and puck drops to pizza, BP's elite lineup of apps, wings, and ice-cold beer is always dialed in for time. Hustle into your local BP tonight.
Here we go. Football is back, and Overdrive is your place for all things NFL. Join the huddle with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog as they go helmet to helmet with their hottest takes. Fans is also the exclusive home of the Overdrive Thursday Night Football Same Game Parlay, so you can ride the guys each week all season long. NFL action starts with Overdrive, powered by FanDuel. Please play responsibly. 19 plus and physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-866-531-2600. Visit connectsontario.ca.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp now for free information on how to get started today. InventHelp provides invention services that help everyday inventors get started with their idea. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. Our services include professional materials needed to showcase your invention and 3D animation and prototype modeling that help you demonstrate your idea. Get down to the details of your idea, technical drawing. The InventHelp data bank includes thousands of studies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Take advantage of the opportunity to get started today. 1-800-353-6081. That's 1-800-353-6081. And 1-800-353-6081. Hey, it's Brian Hayes. Remember I told you I had booked my eaves and yard cleanings with Jiffy? Jeremy and Alan came by the other day. He could not have done a better job. Leaves bagged, garden pruned, plus my eaves are clear of any debris, so I don't need to stress about blockage, which has happened to me before. Jiffy never lets me down. Trust me on this. Download the Jiffy app or sign up at jiffyondemand.com. Use the promo code SPORTS for $25 off your first job. Jiffy, Canada's #1 home maintenance app.
For a limited time, switch to Shopify for sales, and you could save up to 20% and improve your bottom line. Shopify is so serious about savings. They've made this commercial 20% shorter. That means you get 6 seconds back. Here it is. Just enough time to visit shopify.com/POS20. Now that's an efficient commercial.
Eligibility required. Supply details at shopify.com/POS20.
The Hard Stroke Lottery $20,000 VIP bonus deadline is November 15th. Play to win over $4 million in prizes, including 2 grand prizes and $1 million. Visit hardeststrokeleottery.ca. Lottery license RAS 1406458. Must be 18 plus. Please play responsibly.
Jesus,
Your Toronto Argos look to advance beyond the East semifinals. Coverage starts at 2:30
like
this is what I don't understand about
showboating
or flexing. Why is that cool to drop it like an inch into the end zone? You know what I mean? Or an inch in. No, I understand. That's what makes it even more of a buffoonery play, and then you become this kind of blooper reel superstar, and it's embarrassing. And, you know, we've seen Deshaun Watson do, or Deshaun Jackson do it in the past, and we've seen other players do it. And Conley did it last night. But why is that cool to just be in?
rest from
Think about this guy, though.
the
This guy,
burden you
he had one career
bear.
reception. This would have been his first
Do you
touchdown.
know
And he blows it at the 1-inch line. Yeah, seeing a hot dog.
And they review it, and they're like, sorry, pal, that's a fumble for the end zone touchback.
Do
Going the
you
other way.
know?
It's incredible. So embarrassing.
You can run that line. You can spike it. You go and kiss someone that stands, give the ball to mom.
Hello, everybody. I'm just trying to behave
Get
myself.
over the line. Like, that's
Have
what I
you
just don't understand. It's your first
heard?
one. It's your
You
first. That's
heard?
basically your first touchdown. Why do that? I have no idea.
Now you're gonna go down in history as
Leon Lex.
that's
Leon Lex.
you're the
Well,
guy.
I
Like Deshaun Jackson was a very good player and was in the league for a long time.
Sure.
I don't know if Malachi Corley
saw
will be playing.
that
Anymore.
Imagine if, that's it.
That could be it.
He's a third round pick.
rest
They say, you know what? It's not
from
working out.
Can't have it, man. Can't have it.
burden
And
you
CJ Stroud really struggled last night. But credit to Rodgers in the second half.
Do
Like I've been
you
harsh
know,
on him, the
do
Jets.
you
I believe this
know
will get to a point now where New York will think we
my
figured it out. They're in Arizona next week. I wouldn't be surprised if all of they
Do
lost.
you know?
Lost big.
Do
They win some
you
games. They won last night. They lost 5 in a row. But that Garrett Wilson catch, that's one of the all-time great catches.
Have you
One of the all-time
heard?
great
Have
plays.
you heard?
And, you know, that's Rodgers.
Well, about tell
There's probably somebody called on the line. Like that's what it looked like in the second half. Lee Rodgers just said, forget it. I'm calling everything. I'm going to sling it. We're going to
rest
throw it out. Whatever
from
happens.
the
And his credit, the Jets' credit.
burden you
They won the ball game last night.
Well, they're kind of pulling it out of the fire, right? Like, I mean, I know there's still 3
Do
and 5.
you know? Do you know?
Don't.
They got one of the easiest schedules going forward.
My Jesus,
You're a Rodgers
do
hater.
you
You're a Rodgers
know?
lover. I'm not a
Do
Rodgers
you
lover.
know?
Okay, a long time, but I figure Smith as my local fan. But I like to tell me it's the Jets.
Have you heard?
production was up because their shift length, they are having the same amount of shifts, but the shifts were shorter. And once they can see that visibly and then they buy into it, it'll be fine. But listen, every player wants to play more. So if he comes in and he says he wants to play more, well, Austin's killing penalties this year. Let me kill penalties. Well, you know, sometimes you throw everybody all at once, but I mean, there's times where you say something. I'm from Missouri, so I'll give you the opportunity. You want to do that? Show me, and we'll see how it works out. I know when I went to Vancouver, Pedersen and Quinn Hughes asked if they could kill penalties. And I said, well, you know, we're going to try it. We're in last place. Let's see what we got here. Pedersen was very good at it. Quinn Hughes wasn't very good at it. So once I took Quinn off it, you know, he had no argument to come back at me because I gave him his chance. Once Pedersen was doing it and doing well, just kept doing it with him. So I don't mind, because as a player, I thought I was pretty smart, and if I'd asked something, and the coach would, the smart coaches would say, okay, I'll give you a chance at that. If you fail, don't ever ask me again. If you're successful, man, you were right. You knew what you were talking about. So, I mean, I think somewhere down the road, there's and even I think Craig is going to give him an opportunity when he sees it's right, not on William Nylander's time program, but on Craig's time program. And
Whoa!
I mean, your contract's expiring, your team is spiraling. They've lost 5 of 6. They got drilled 8-2 last night against Carolina. Defense looks really porous. Just not a good-looking team right now. How hot is your seat if you're Monty? Well, you know, it's funny. His seat is probably pretty hot, but I mean, I just don't like the looks of their team right now. I mean, I went again pretty closely last night as I was doing it on the network here in New Jersey. But I mean, their entries on power plays were all messed up. They messed up all 4 lines, and they screwed that up. Their defensive play, which has been their you know, what they've been going for the last 4 years, was horrible. And so I mean, I think they're in a really big pickle right now. I mean, I don't know if these jobs on the line. I hope it's not. I mean, it was 2 years ago. He had 131 points, and everybody was calling for Boston's demise last year, that they were going to get worse, and they didn't. And this year, I think this might be the year where they're going to struggle to make the playoffs, because the other teams in the Atlantic are better. You can tell Ottawa's better. You can tell Buffalo's getting to that point that they're better. Detroit's getting better. So I think other than Montreal, there's no really easy out in the Atlantic. So I mean, I think Boston's in a little bit of a tougher climb than you think. Even if they're only 2 points out right now, it seems like that point is really a distant 2 points.
With Bruce Boudreau, our TSN hockey analyst, the Habs, the other team in the Atlantic Division, not go well. And it wasn't going so well for them last night in Washington, and, you know, the Caps ended up beating them, and I guess the Habs got bag skated this morning, and I've noticed some noise around Marty St. Louis, like we were just talking about Montgomery and Boston. The thing is, the Bruins have been a very successful team for a long time. They're a veteran team. Their expectation is to make the playoffs and be competitive. That is not the expectation in Montreal. Like, when does the clock start for you, for the Habs and for Marty St. Louis, for them to actually start winning? And, you know, what do you make of their play so far?
Well, I mean, they've had games where they've allowed 8 goals, 7 goals, and 6 goals. So, I mean, I think they've either very over-evaluated their back or their talent in general, or they're not doing the right things, and their goaltending isn't as good as they thought. When you were thinking at the beginning of the year, could Montembeault be, you know, in line for Team Canada next year, with the 4 teams in the cup thing there? If they thought that, they're certainly not thinking that right now. I mean, their whole game is in disarray. I think Marty, and I really like Marty and everything. I mean, he had a honeymoon for 3 years, and this year they're thinking, okay, you know, everybody else is getting better. It's time for us Canadians. We've got the history. We've won all the cups. We got to get better. And their fans are so passionate. But as much as they like them, I think they're starting to say, okay, we got to get something going here. And I pretty good up to the second period. And then they
Jimros,
in the third.
ang uban dahil akong gipalit dito sa Philip Turno, imuha man tong pagkaon gipaapil dahil ni mo pabayad sa akong grocery dahil pilar man to kay mapalite ko ani wa man dito apil sa bayad didak man dito. Diyos ko mio.
What?
And when they don't meet those expectations, you can't give them.
Nani, when we go to Philippine store, she asked me, "Ma, buy this one, ma, buy." It should be the money, ani, not me. And then now it includes to the grocery. Ma, 156 all. Bilat. Siya tagdus. Kapamig ka masakay sa kaningkuan ba? Pero masakay. Mayo kay ka magstorya.
We're all a family. Don't worry about it.
Ani, she's counted every single that we offer her. And then, but when it comes to Filipino sir,
What do you hit me for?
when it comes to her, when it comes to her honey, and then,
She adds a toss.
huh?
She adds hers to ours.
Yeah.
Team is really good. They're the sleeper team in
That's
the
so
NHL,
bad,
Mike,
sweetie.
in my
Bad
estimation.
attitude, sweetie.
They've got
That's
four
so
lines
bad
that can
attitude.
play. They've got, listen, they were playing without two really good defensemen last night, and they still whipped up on Montreal. So I mean, and they got two good goaltenders. So I mean, I think with a better team comes better chances to score for Alex, and I think he's getting those chances. I love him playing the right side. I think he's given him more opportunity, even though he plays all over the ice. Playing right wing is sort of just where the puck drops where he plays. But which is a true story. But I mean, but he's playing with a lot more energy, and that's really good. He's not just standing waiting for things to happen. He's getting in on the forecheck. He's moving his legs. And again, he's another guy that's playing less minutes, but he's getting the job done because his shifts are shorter and he's got more energy doing them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an impressive start. And you're right, the Caps, man, they're sneaking up on a lot of teams. If that's the case, if they're sneaking up there, they're accomplishing that. That is for sure. Great stuff, Bruce. Appreciate you doing this. We'll do it again soon.
All right, take care, guys.
Bruce Boudreau, ESN hockey analyst. Josh Anderson and Tom Wilson going at it last night. Yeah, those are two big boys. Big boys. Huge. And Anderson got him. He got him. And I think Wilson might have been at the end of his shift. And I think, was it goalie he hit? I can't remember who he hit.
Small voice.
Like, Wilson's just a monster. He's 6'4", 230. And Anderson is too. And I looked it up because I thought they were the same age they are. They're GTA guys. They played the ODL. I bet you they fought when they were like 16. Wouldn't be surprising at all. Because there's always like you don't see guys in the NHL fighting, and they fought like 15 years prior when they were teenagers. They've been really surprisingly qualified.
Once upon a time, when I lived at the ranch, we had this word game, and it was called Upwards.
It's a Scrabble.
Yeah, but you could pile the little things on each other to make a new word, right? So let's say you had the word fat. Okay, you could change it and change the first two letters and pile them on top, up to 5. Up to 5. And you get a point for every. We used to play that.
Remember we played a Scrabble in the mobile, and then I defeated you always.
All the time. All the time. I'd have a 100-point lead, and all of a sudden, boom! You tied me. But I can't find it now.
That's good because we no need to tally because when you form a words, it's automatic tally. We no need to tally by ourselves. It's auto tally. So that's good.
Yeah, but a lot of the times yours was just 2 letters.
As long as my it go away.
Like you'd spell. I'd spell a big word like supper, and you put an S on it, suppers,
And then it makes
and
a
then you
big
get a double word
big
score or a
score.
double letter score. And you'll screw me right up. I get like 6 points. You get 12 points.
See? You see how smart I am? Oh, that's good. Just a single letter and then a double word. Double letters.
Triple word score.
Triple
Oh.
word score. Here we go. Here we go.
Fucking
Here we
dude.
go. Thank you for watching, everyone.
We go grocery shopping now.
We go grocery now.